Welcome to the fourth session of the series, An Entrepreneur's Guide to Conquering the Impacts of COVID-19 on Small Business, webinars and podcasts created for you by the New Mexico Community Development Loan Fund, a nonprofit CDFI, which provides business financing and consulting services to New Mexico entrepreneurs. Planning your action plan. In Session 1, you were asked to define goals, establish priorities, and analyze the situation as it related to each of the problem areas. Session 2 went deeper into each problem area and discussed some examples of concerns or issues you might be experiencing. In Session 3, you weighed your conclusions and considered the possible options. Now let's evaluate the consequences and considerations in each problem area for each option. No matter which option you choose, pivot, or get out of the business, or even stay the course, you need an action plan to coordinate and organize the process. In Session 2, you created charts to record tasks or milestones for your problem areas. Now you'll add some measures to those milestones. Although you started with one chart for each problem area, you may find that you can begin to combine charts that you think have natural association. At minimum, each action plan will include the what you're trying to accomplish, the tasks from your charts, the who will get it done, likely you, and the when, the duration of the effort, and the date completed. Most important, you might find it helpful to add 2 more columns to your action plan format. Resources needed, identifying anything or anyone that will help you meet the milestone, and priority, when a particular task's completion date must be met before others can begin or advance. As you did with the charts in Session 2, you should use the method that you're most comfortable with, whether it's sheets of paper or Excel spreadsheets. What you need to understand is that you will probably be editing, modifying, expanding, or condensing your action plans as a normal part of the process, so choose your method accordingly. As you proceed with your action plans and begin making changes, it's helpful to save copies before making the changes. That way, you'll have a history of your accomplishments. Now let's evaluate the consequences and considerations in each problem area for each option. If you believe you can reinvent or reposition your business, choose pivot. Clients. You want to make sure you retain your best and most loyal clients while you balance current business operations and your repositioning activities. You'll want to make sure that the clients you do retain are the right match to your new products and services. It serves nobody's purpose to retain clients who won't or can't use what you will be offering, although you might consider referring them to other businesses you know as goodwill gesture. If you have client relationships that are problematic, this is a good time to get rid of them. You should consider and anticipate a possible dip in clientele as you transition to your new mode. But if you successfully deliver your new product and service, you will regain your client base. Competitors. The purpose of repositioning your business is to reset the old relationships and create new ones. For your repositioned business to be competitive, you'll need to identify your new competitors and devise strategies to deal with them. If you'll be dealing with the same competitors, it's a good idea to assess how they'll figure into your repositioned business operations. Marketing. Part of your decision to pivot should be based on identifying new market opportunities or familiar markets you haven't served in the past. As you structure your repositioned business, take time to craft an introductory marketing strategy to announce your repositioned presence. Your introductory marketing should transfer smoothly into your planned overall marketing strategy plan for your repositioned business. Finances. Depending upon the scale of repositioning and the time it takes to complete the transition, you may experience a drop in revenue. In a perfect world, you would be able to continue earning revenue from business operations while you're introducing your repositioned business. Since this is an unlikely scenario, you should make sure you have sufficient cash reserves to see you through the transition phase. This suggests that if you're going to pivot, you shouldn't wait until your business condition is dire before undertaking the planning and implementation of the repositioning. Staffing. Determining the right level of staffing can be challenging, even in the best of circumstances. Obviously, if you have no employees and won't need employees in your repositioned business, this is of little concern. However, if you do have and will need employees, ask yourself 3 questions. First, what expertise will my reinvented business need? Second, do I have the right type of employees? And third, can I afford them at this point, or is there another way? Whether you need to hire or fire, the sooner you address the matter, the better for everyone's sake. Of course, this task must be done in the most appropriate and proper way. Consider that retained employees may need to be retrained on new business operations, and new hires have to be selected and onboarded. If you believe your business can't survive or you want to be done with it, choose get out of the business. Clients. The difficult part of closing down a business is determining the right time to inform your clients. Too soon, and you may be depriving yourself of revenue needed for the closeout. Too late, and you will create resentment because insufficient warning was given. You don't know if you may need their goodwill in the future. Competitors. Normally, you would think this is not a concern since you're closing out the business, but consider that you might be able to exit your business by selling it to a competitor or a third party if you present it the right way at the right time. Marketing. If you were to attempt to sell your business instead of closing it, you will need to develop a marketing strategy to generate interest from potential buyers. Finances. To be able to close out your business properly, you have to pull together a budget that includes all the possible sources of cash, sale of assets, and cash reserves, and identifies all the expenses that clear all outstanding obligations associated with operations and the actual closeout process. If your exit strategy is to sell the business, it will be a more attractive offer. If there are no outstanding debts, obligations, or loose ends that the buyer would have to deal with. In this instance, try to retain as many assets as possible, only selling as much as you need to cover exiting costs. Special attention must be paid to ensuring that all taxes are current. You should seriously consider getting guidance and assistance from a trusted financial professional when you begin formulating your financial exit plan. Staffing. Normally, this is not a consideration with this option, but you close the business outright. Properly terminating your employees is the only consideration. If you sell the business, employees are not usually part of the package unless the purchase agreement states otherwise. So any terminations are again left up to you. If you don't want to or don't think you need to change your business model and believe that conditions will improve with time, choose stay the course. Clients. You must retain your client base for as long as possible and sustain your customary level of service as long as possible, with the expectation that things will turn around. The tricky part comes when you have to decide when to inform your clients that your business is failing. Competitors. When you're operating in a deficit mode, it's crucial that your competitors not see that your business is struggling. Any perceived weakness may encourage your competitors to move to take your market share. Marketing. To be able to outlast a long business downturn until conditions improve requires consistent and effective marketing, which retains current clients and must aggressively attract new clients. Maintaining that effort demands a lot of resources, which may be hard to come by when facing persistent declining revenues. Finances. Your business financial statements will give you the cold, hard facts regarding your ability to wait out the downturn, and this is the only information that should guide your decision. Obviously, there's a range of what constitutes declining revenues. If you're just beginning to notice a downward trend, you're in a different situation than if your business is in the red all the time. Where you are within that range, combined with the rate of revenue decline, will give you an idea how long you can hold out. Staffing. Whether you choose to share your business problems with your employees or not, it's the sort of information that will eventually be known. Maintaining employee morale during this time will be critical in preventing your employees from seeking other jobs and leaving. Fulfilling your clients' expectations and maintaining service quality are essential to outlasting a downturn. You won't be able to do that very well if you're experiencing employee turnover. Okay, let's recap. Following the process laid out in the previous sessions, by now you've analyzed where your business stands. You've talked through which of the 5 problem areas present your major challenges, and you now have the framework around which you will build your action plan. In the next and final session, working with your action plan, you will see how to create a roadmap to help you navigate the multiple scenarios and options before you. As you begin to work on your individual plan, keep in mind that any good plan is not a snapshot of a situation at a specific time, but a living document that can be adjusted and adapted to respond to changes in the environment. So in a sense, your work plan is never really finished.